Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Nico V here, back with another episode of Partner in a Year. I just sneezed off the screen, so there's like some stuff in my throat. So hopefully that clears out in a little bit. This is a series where I keep a weekly video diary of the things that I am planning to try to get, just a diary of my experience on Twitch over the span of 1 year, um, and how I will get to the title of Twitch Partner. Hopefully, one day. Remains to be seen, but. Let's talk about this last week. At this point, this is kind of just a weekly video diary for me to kind of vent and stuff like that. I haven't given up on being able to do it, but very very unlikely. But that's okay because it's an experience, and that's why we do this. So, and I got other things going on that are going really well. So, I would not put down that I am like an unhappy camper or anything like that. But let's talk about this week what we have done on Twitch. So, on Monday, we were able to resume our game of Gears of War with Garrett. Garrett has returned from vacation, and we have finally gotten together again, and we're playing Gears of War 3 now. And that game is quite interesting because, unlike the other two games, because we're playing it on Insane, right? And unlike the other two games, Insane in Gears of War 3 means that when you're playing it, you can't get down. In the other two Gears, you could get downed and we would crawl over and like get revived. This one, if you go down, you just straight up die, which is actually like a huge thing. In the time that it took us to beat Gears of War 1, we haven't even beaten 2 acts of Gears of War 3 yet, which is good because I'm glad that it's challenging for one. And I love Gears of War 3 so much, so the fact that I get to sit in that game a little more and play it is fine, but there are just some parts that are just complete fucking bullshit, if I'm being completely honest. Um, the first act that we were in, we were so ammo starved the entire time, and it was really really rough because there were just parts where we were like, okay, we have no more bullets left. How are we supposed to beat this part? And yeah, but then it got a little better as we moved forward, but there were some really, really bad parts. Like the parts where you fight the Gunker in the beginning, again, not a very hard part. Like they weren't hard, but in the beginning it was hard because we had no ammo. And then later we got to this one part where there's a barge floating down, and we have to kill people as it's coming down, and then we can take over like this like balloon barge thing, whatever it's called. And that was a really rough, and it wasn't rough because it was hard because we had a good strategy. It was rough because on the barge were two missile turrets, and they could just shoot missiles at you and just kill you like instantaneously. And it was terrible because the way that the sequence worked is like we were on like this pillar here, and like the balloon was like floating around it like this, like it was like going around in a circle like this, and it did that. I think it did that 3 different times, and it would stop and drop people off on 6 different occasions. So, or no, I think it was 8 actually. So, and it wasn't moving very fast. So the entire time, what we had to do was essentially for like 10 straight minutes is just perfectly avoid this rocket launcher that could just insta kill us, um, and then like perfectly kill the guys they came down. Killing the guys wasn't hard. It was just the fact that it felt really inconsistent where the rocket could shoot and where it couldn't. So like we were like, as the thing was moving around, we were like hiding on like the opposite side, and we thought there were times where we thought we were safe, but then all of a sudden a rocket would just come and hit us, and it felt like it was bending the fucking rocket like around the like the cover that we had just so that it could kill us, and that was really annoying. We were stuck on that part for maybe like an hour. It was the last part of the stream too, so we were really out of it, but we managed to beat it. It's just that Gears of War 3 on Insane, kind of insane. But on the bright side, Gears of War 3 is a really good game. It's kind of interesting because the game still plays at 30 FPS for me. And I've been on like PC for a while, so I'm trying to get to 120 FPS. That's like my plan at the end of the day, right? And I thought that going down to 30 FPS would be rough. And going down to 30 FPS was really rough for Gears 1 and 2. Sorry, no, Gears 2. However, Gears 3 actually feels pretty good at 30 FPS. I don't know what it is, but I really don't mind it not being 60. I can definitely tell that it's not as high of a frame rate, and it's not as smooth, but the gameplay just feels a lot smoother. And I wonder if that's because of the dedicated servers. Like playing through Gears 2, the fact that Garrett was host and he's across the country from me might have made my experience like a little rougher, but because Gears 3 plays so well and there's dedicated servers, I think maybe that's why I'm having a better time with it. But yeah, Gears 3, really love Gears 3. Hopefully I'm going to play that again tomorrow. And then we'll go on. By the way, this was another 2 stream week, just so everybody knows. Tomorrow we're going to go about, or I mean, sorry. Tomorrow I'm gonna try to play Gears with Garrett, and then let's keep talking about what I did last week. After the Gears of War day, which was really fun, we started playing Fear 2, because Fear 2, I actually like Fear 2 a lot. I do. People told me that Fear 1 was the better game. Like Fear 1 is the fan favorite of the series. That's what my friends told me in the chat. But to me, it seems like I'm having a better time with 2, and that's because, for one, I'm not getting lost every 5 seconds, so that's a good thing. I think that the guns are better. I really do miss the leaning. I wish the leaning was back in the game, but um, yeah, Fear 2 I think it just has better gunplay. The guns aren't as balanced. I should say that. Like the you really like the best gun in the game is the SMG, and I feel like there's no reason to really use anything else. Like some of the guns are good, but the SMG is just like it's just kind of a be all end all. It's like the Halo 1 pistol kind of, and you don't really want to like switch off of it, you know. But the shooting is more fun. It's not more fun, but the shooting feels good. It controls nicely. The slow mo is better. I don't think that they're trying to waste my time with this like big story that's trying to scare me and stuff. It's just like let's just get this guy shooting, and that's like all I really want. So, I actually like Fear 2 better than Fear 1 right now. And also, one thing that I should say is that there was a really cool part that I left off on last week, and that was the part with the mech. That part was dope. That part was really, really fucking cool. Um, Again, it's not really a scary game. For a game called Fear, it's not. There are some jump scares in it, but it's not like a horror game or anything. It really is just like an action shooter sci-fi game. So, not that there's anything wrong with that. I appreciate it. It's just weird that a game called Fear would not be horror based, but I still think that it's a lot of fun. So, yeah, that was our week. Again, another 2 stream week, because I think 2 stream weeks are healthier for me. Just because gives me time to do other things, gives me time to focus on other aspects of my life. So we're gonna keep doing that. This next week's probably gonna be another 2 stream week, if I had to guess. But yeah, so we're gonna call the end of the. I was gonna say we're gonna call the end of the stream. I always say that the end of my streams I always go. We're gonna call the stream there. But yeah, we're gonna call the video there. I think what I'm gonna do next week is Fear 2 again. We'll do Fear and Gears again. Just keep rolling with it, you know. And yeah, that's what we're gonna do moving forward. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the following weeks to come. Goodbye.